Okay, now the next section are the boxes that you have. And there's 2 boxes that you can get. And everything that I'm going to be training on right now is how to run your business with paper and your paper trail. I do recommend using the Mary Kay in Touch website because you can put in all of your customers in the Mary Kay in Touch. However, if you want a paper trail, if doing paper is easier for you, I'm going to show you how to do this. Now, you know that all customers fill out a customer profile. That tells you what type of skincare they're on. It gives you wish lists, their husband's phone numbers, so you can be a secret Santa or give them, a gift giving service. So it's important that you have all your customers fill out those profiles anyway. Then what you can do is you can take this box right here, and it actually fits the customer profiles in it. And then you get a series of file dividers for this size of box that are A to Z. And then those can be your filing, this can be your filing box for your customer profiles. Now the easy way of doing this is to literally take the customer profile and put a cardstock on the back of it like that, and you kind of tape it onto the back like that. And then if you see inside here, I made a little mini file folder and I put the receipts. So then I can look at this, and this particular customer has bought a beige 2 foundation, has had the Miracle set, has a Sunny Spice cheek color, and all of her information is right there inside of her little file folder that you've created. And her last name starts with D, so then you can put it into your file box under D, okay? That's the way you can keep track of customers. Now, if you noticed on your profiles, there's 2 sheets. There's the top sheet, and then underneath is the carbon copy, which shows you which products they need to use and that type of thing. I'm going to show you now a tickler box that you can use if this is an easier way of doing things for you as well. Again, there's always the electronic way of doing the paper way. My electronic process is using my Google Calendar. I put everything in there, I put notes in there, I put reminders in there, alarms in there, all of that stuff in there to remind me of who I'm going to call and where I'm going to call them. If you like the paper calendar, paper trail, this is what I'm going to show you. You have another box, and inside of this box there is a numbers 1 through 31, and then you have the file folders January through December, okay? Now, that top portion of your profile, the thin portion, you can take it off and you can file it underneath your customer's birthday month. So if they have a birthday in January, you can put it behind January. And then every January, you can pull those birthdays out and send those customers birthday cards, if that's something you'd like to do. Then the other thing is this 1st through the 31st. Let's say you have a customer that wants to do her party on the 25th of the month. So you put her profile card, you can put her profile card on the 25th of the month, representing her party. I would not do that, however. I would put it 2 weeks before. So let's say on the 14th of the month, you're going to call her and find out what her guest list is. So put her card right here on the 14th of the month. Then when you come up to the 14th of the month, you come there, you grab all of the information that's underneath the 14th of the month, and those are the people that you need to call. And you have notes either on a card stock of who you're going to call and why you're going to call them, or you can actually have the customer's personal profile in there with notes on it. Once you're done using their profile as a part of your tickler, you can turn around and then refile them back into this box. So let's say you're on the 31st of the month, and a lady says, I want to be contacted next month around the 20th. So then you just come up here and put her card right under the 20th, and the reason why you do that is you're not going to go back to the 20th of the month until you're in the next month. Because if you're in the 31st, then you're going to go back to the 1st. All right, well, let's say if somebody on the 1st says, you know what, it's January and I don't want you to contact me until spring. Can you contact me in April? You can put her profile card back here under April, and so then when you get to April, all those contacts that you need to contact in April, you can pull them out and contact those contacts. So this is going to be a way of tracking the people you need to contact, when you need to contact them, when you need to pre-profile them. when you need to coach your hostesses, and also it reminds you of customer birth dates. So that's a paper way of doing what you can do on a calendar, either a Yahoo calendar or Google calendar, if you are techno savvy. All right, now continuing with the training in organizing your office. So far we've talked about filing things vertically, we've talked about the tickler boxes, we've talked about the file boxes. Of course, everything can be done on the computer through Mary Kay Touch or through a calendar as well. Except for your expenses, you definitely want to keep all of your receipts. Do not throw those receipts away too. Keep filing them through the whole year. Track them on your tracking expense sheet. And then I am going to take you to this setting up your books for tracking expenses. I'm just going to do a review on this sheet right here. And it's about getting ready for year-end taxes. And basically, once you've got your file folder or your tickler, not your tickler, but your register set up for tracking all of your expenses, that's the biggest thing you have to do for year-end taxes, is know what your expenses are. So start tracking those right away. The other thing, the categories for those expenses are going to be, obviously, the office supplies. It's right there on your sheet. Office supplies, supplies, postage, advertising, travel, professional education, product, section 1 product, section 2 product, phone usage, then there's miscellaneous expenses. So those are all things that you want to categorize and make sure you track those throughout the year again. And once you have that tracked, then you have the majority of your year-end taxes taken care of. The only other thing you want to make sure you do is take a beginning of the year inventory. Either your very first inventory order, if you're a brand new consultant, what was the size of that? And that needs to be written down somewhere. If you're a seasoned consultant, you need to know what your inventory size was starting at the January 1st, at the first of the year. And the easiest way to do that is just to count how many foundations you have times the dollar amount, and how many lipsticks you have times the dollar amount, and just keep a running total of that. You just need a retail amount of inventory that you have on your shelf. That's your beginning of the year inventory. It's also the ending of your inventory for the prior year. So when you do that, you're taking care of two numbers that you're going to need. You're going to need the beginning of your inventory and the ending of your inventory.